Let's talk about hair loss. So it's no secret that over the past few years, my hair has started to thin out. The front's starting to go, the crown area is a lot thinner than what it used to be. And if I'm honest, I'm not bothered. It's not something that's really ever worried me because the baldness runs in my family. My dad's bald, my brother's bald. As generations as far back as I can remember, the men in my family were bald. So for me, it was kind of part and parcel of my family genes. It was just something I kind of accepted that one day I was going to be bald. So I've never really given it much thought, but I know to some people it's a problem and it's a real overbearing issue that causes a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety. So in this video, I wanted to cover the topic and explain some of the solutions that you can have and why I've not done them and potentially why now I may be looking into getting something done. So when I first started losing my hair, it crossed my mind. Do I go get a transplant? Do I get SMP? Do I start taking minoxidil or finasteride? And I haven't done any of it, and there's no reason against it. It's just, for me, personal choice. It's just something that I've never really wanted to do or had any need to do, because it was just kind of, for me, it was just who I was. It was part of my character. I shaved my hair, I've got tattoos, I grew a beard, and I felt confident within myself. So let's talk about what you can get done. So on the lowest end of the scale for evasiveness, you've got minoxidil and you've got finasteride. And depending on your subscription and your kind of level on the hair loss scale, you've got dutasteride. Now all of these come in tablet form, or they come in kind of topical application, which is shampoos, oils, derma rollers that you then applicate the cream onto, which then gets into the scalp. Now my reason for not using this, because the results are good. For people that I know that have took minoxidil and finasteride and dutasteride, the results are day and night. They take it and within 6 to 9 months their hair comes back. Now there are side effects that have been linked to those treatments. I'm not in any way qualified to explain those, so I'm going to leave those to professionals. If anyone wants to jump on here and talk about those, please feel free to jump in the comments. But there have been side effects. So for me, it was a case of the negative issues I got from my hair loss didn't outweigh the potential side effects that I could get from using those topical applications. And the main thing that kind of done it for me, that stopped me wanting to do it, was I didn't like the fact that as soon as you stop taking the treatments, your hair would regress. It would go back to falling out. It would stop being full and thick. So for me, it was signing up forever was a bit too much of a leap for me, because it's costly. I don't know if I'd want to deal with the side effects for the rest of my life. So for me, minoxidil and finasteride were off the table. I know people have had amazing results with it, so please don't take my word for it. There are hundreds of testimonials, but for me, it just wasn't what I wanted to do. The next thing you can do for less evasiveness is SMP. Now this is something that I've toyed around with, getting done, not getting done, for years now, and it's something that still crosses my mind of something that I will potentially get done in the near future. Now for those of you who don't know what scalp micropigmentation is, if you look at my hair, you can see, hopefully you can see that, where I've still got stubble and I've still got dark hair, what the SMP does is it evens out that colouring. So even when I shave my head clean with a razor, I still get that shadow. So what SMP does, and you can have it in different variations of strength, you can have it natural, you can have it completely boxed off nice and firm, but it basically evens out that gradient. So when I shave my head with a razor, it looks like I've got a full head of hair that I've just shaved off by choice, and not because I'm starting to recede or there's baldness happening. So if you look at the back of my head, if you can see this on camera, you can clearly see where my hair is and where it used to be, and the SMP kind of camouflages that. And as I say, this is something that I'm still debating getting done, because I do a lot of show work and I'm in the hair industry. So if there are any SMP artists watching this, drop me a little message and a follow down below, subscribe to this channel, and let's see if we can discuss this and get a little collab going, because it'd be something I'm definitely open to doing, have a consultation and see kind of the results we could get from it, because as I say, for years now, out of all of the treatments, SMP is kind of the one I keep going back to, because it's not evasive. I've heard it's pain-free when you get it done, and as much as the results are permanent, you can get them reversed, worst case scenario. So if there's anyone out there doing SMP and you want to link up and you want to do a collab on this, please let me know. And then I guess the final pièce de résistance you've got is hair transplant. Now, this is kind of a grey area for me, because I'm a barber for a living. I see multiple people come in the shop that have had transplants done. Some of them are fantastic, some of them are unrecognisable. You can't even tell that people have had it done. But there are also cases where I've had come in the shop where as soon as they walk through the door, I can tell they've had a transplant done, whether that be because they've got a bad hairline now, because it's gone too harsh, it's gone too, in my opinion, action man. It's gone from being natural to then completely straight, which I know is personal choice. But the biggest thing for me is when they harvest the back of the head, you get kind of shock loss. So what happens there is you get this kind of speckled look on the back of your head, especially people with dark hair, that then makes it quite hard to blend hair in when you're going down to ones or zeros, which then results in you having to go get SMP done to kind of cover that up. Now, the other reason for me that I've never kind of toyed with the idea of getting a transplant done is I don't know many people that have only had to have it done once. So people, my clients especially that I've had, oh hang on, let me get back in the line. My clients that have had transplants done have had to go back and get multiple treatments done. So they have the hairline done, then they regress back over that, or it doesn't take properly, so they go back, they get it done again, and then they have to get it done again. And the majority of people that I know that get it done have to go on to some form of treatment like minoxidil, finasteride, dutasteride, to kind of boost that hair growth back. And as I said at the beginning of this video, I am not the person to give thoughts on this for everyone. This is just my personal experience, because I know people that transplants have changed their life. It's given them the confidence back. It's given them a kind of new lease of life because they have their hair back. But for me, it's not around, I don't want a solution that's not going to fix the problem, because you've got hair fibers, for instance, you've got things that you can cover up your hair loss with, but they don't solve the problem, they just shift the anxiety. And what I mean by that is, say we're using Topic hair fibers, or just a brand of hair fibers, and it looks great. You then go outside, it's windy, it's raining, and I know they're windproof and I know they're rainproof, I've used them on my clients. But my anxiety is then still there, because if it moves or if it comes off, I'm still left with a receding hairline, or I'm still left with a bald patch at the back of my head. So another one I haven't covered in this video, which is something I don't have much experience with apart from a few clients who've had it done, is hair systems. Now for me, hair systems is probably the best entry level into if you want to get a transplant, because it's not permanent. You shave your head, you get a hair system cut to shape, cut to size, you can change your style, and you place it on top of your head. Now, if after a few months you don't want to have it done anymore, you just take it off, go back to your normal hairstyle, and you never have to do anything. Novo Cabello are amazing at this. They've changed people's appearance, given them a lease of confidence that they haven't had for years. So I'll chuck a link down below for Novo Cabello. Please go check out their page, because they're great guys at what they do. Lovely people, got a really good brand of business, and for me that's how it should be done. They're doing it for the right reasons. They're doing it to give people the confidence, and some of the people don't want to take the leap. They don't want to go for a transplant, but they still want that ability to have a full head of hair. So if you are looking at getting a transplant, maybe a hair system's the way it goes. But I'm digressing. For me, none of those solutions work, because I'm not that bothered about having a shaved head, which is why I'm not the best advocate for this advice, because there'll be channels out here that tell you that transplants are the best way forward, SMP is the best way forward, minoxidil, finasteride are the best way forward. And in all honesty, it's personal preference. It depends where you are in your hair loss journey. It depends what you're looking to gain from the treatment. Do you want efficiency? Do you want low maintenance? Do you want permanent results? Do you want something that can be reversed? Do you want something that's going to be more expensive or more affordable? Because each treatment comes with a different price tag. So going back to why I would potentially get SMP. For me, I'm covered in tattoos anyway. I'm very heavily tattooed. If you followed me for a while, you will know that I'm a big advocate for tattoos. And it's something that I've even toyed around with the idea of actually just getting my head fully tattooed. Now, the reason I've stayed away from that for now is because a lot of my work is traveling internationally. I work for a while. It's a corporate company, so it may be a step too far to get a full head tattoo at this stage. But for me, I want to have a clean, smart appearance. And for any of you watching this that have lost your hair, shave your hair, it's not as easy maintenance as you think. For me to keep a clean look, even today, this is too long for me today. For me to keep the cleanest appearance, especially when I'm on stage and when I'm wanting to feel my best, I have to shave my head daily, if not every other day. And what SMP does for me in that case is it gives me that extension of time between cuts, because once I've got the SMP done, now for instance, this would all be full. So it would look like a buzz cut rather than my hair falling out and thinning and it showing up in certain places. It would allow me to leave it a little bit of time within cuts before having to shave it. So SMP is definitely, out of all treatments, the one, in my opinion, that I would probably go for. And it's something that I'm really interested in because I like the idea of the whole process. I want to see how it's done. It's something potentially that I could offer my clients one day. And as I say, from a tattoo background, I'm interested in how it's done. So look, I know this video has been a bit all over the place. It's not really giving you any solid advice, but I think that's where I want to stand in the industry, because I've come to realize that it's not a one size fits all formula. You've got companies telling you have to get transplants done, or you have to have SMP, or you have to have minoxidil or finasteride. And I don't think it's as simple as that. What might be right for me might not be right for you. And that's something that you've got to find out yourself. And the only way you can do that is by research and trial and error. Some are short fixes, some are quick fixes, some are long-term results. So my advice to you would be, if you are not happy with your hair loss and you want to get into that world of regaining some confidence behind it, just have a look at some stuff. There's enough research out there. And if you're an advocate for shaving your head and being bald, Harry James, one of my good friends that owns Bald Cafe, is an absolute master of getting you to believe in yourself again, fall in love with your self-confidence, and just embrace the shave, which is something I've been doing for years now. So there's a lot of research out there, there's a lot of information out there, and it's something that I just advise you to do yourself. Spend a bit of time. Don't rush into anything, because at the end of the day, your appearance isn't the be-all and end-all. And take that from someone working in the hair industry, where I change people's appearance on a daily basis. Don't be dragged into decisions because an advert's telling you to do it. Do it because it feels right for you and it's where you are in your life. Now, I hope this video has helped someone out there. If it has, please drop a like. Subscribe if you want more information on everything revolving around hair and the hair industry, because there's going to be a lot more of these kind of videos coming. And as I say, if there's SMP artists out there, drop us a message, drop us a comment, because this could be a little series going. We'll collab on it, we'll get some SMP done, I'll show the results, and we can show the viewers what it's all about. Thanks for listening, guys. I will catch you in the next one.